Hello there, a very good afternoon to you. How are you doing today? Welcome to the program, The Assembly. I am Lord Lezef from the highest echelon of the British Empire, and today, as always, I've got two persons right here in the studio to discuss a very pertinent issue pertaining Nigeria, and in particular, Anambra State, in view of the forthcoming elections come November 6th. Welcome once again to The Assembly. Today I've got Mazi Chukde, as well as the Prof. Yes, we've got a Prof right here with us now, Mr. Prof. Nice to see you.
Nice
Good
to see you
afternoon.
too.
How has it been for you? It's been months, actually. How have you been?
I've been okay, but I don't think it's months. It's just a month, I think. Just a month.
Oh, a month. Oh, thereabouts. It looks like months for me. Okay.
Month of Sundays.
Oh, I see. How is everything been with you?
like 1 year, safe. It seems like 1 year.
It seems like 1 year to you. That shows how much you miss him.
Another Bawalomonia.
Exactly, I see. All right, so Mazi, how is everything?
No, I know.
You look a bit casual today, not minding your garnishment of the beads and the rest of it.
The situation of the country.
Everything. You always blame the situation of the country.
You know, changing kind of. So.
Okay. You're not trying to be unpredictable, right?
No worry. Okay,
I see. All right, so quickly, let's get introduce ourselves, right? So, Prof, we'll start with you.
Good afternoon. I am Honorable Prof. Zakwes, HPZ, and it's good to be on the show after a long time. Very good to be on the show again.
What is HPZ?
Honorable Prof. Zakwes.
Oh, some acronym right there. Yes. Okay, Mazi.
Ibondio man again to Ubuevi Chukudi, Onuneli one, Noka South. I have bego kwazo tata on the assembly. Kunu gena inti malunka jinaka. Udo delu.
Okay, national anthem as always. Prof.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Lezef from the highest echelon of the British Empire.
If they play and they drink water, they don't know they shout, rise up. I attended nothing less than 38 parties yesterday.
I was an Igbo or Yoruba.
Ona tomlante wewe adanya keinu kime ona tanara ke to you will learn it no do
put this in
like
my mouth.
back hand back
We're back on the program, The Assembly, and today we are talking about the importance of voting in elections. Very, very important topic. It looks like many Nigerians have this thing they call voter apathy, or what you may call political apathy, depending on the context. But this forthcoming election in Anambra State, talking about the elections in 2 weeks tomorrow, is actually something of great importance to the state, and we are actually urging people out there to go out and vote. But it looks like they have lots of reasons not to actually take the risk of getting to the streets and voting for their preferred candidates. So today, let's talk about the importance of voting during elections. I've got Prof as well as Mazi right here in the studio. Prof, I would prefer your enlightened view about this, okay? The importance of voting during elections. I don't know. It's no longer news how very cold Nigerians are to elections, because they see it like it's either when they vote, they feel that their votes do not count, or they would see it as a big risk to actually go out there and queue up to vote, or they could just say that they wouldn't have such strength to actually go and join the long queue waiting for them to vote. There are lots of flimsy excuses, which to some actually are tangible. So what do you think about the whole voter apathy?
Well, let me start by saying that looking at the voting process prima facie, you will come to understand that the fact that most Nigerians, an unquantifiable percentage most times of Nigerians don't go out to vote because of something that's happened before. There are 220 million Nigerians, 250 million Nigerians, 220 million Nigerians. That's CADA. That's the range. And somebody will be winning a presidential election with 15 million votes. That means a lot of people are not coming out to vote. Why? There are so many reasons they give. They give quite a congery of reasons. One, that the votes don't count. Two, that there is no togetherness. There is no togetherness in the country. Three, that there is a relationship-lessness and friendlessness between the government and the citizens. And you need to understand this. Well, I don't want to go deep into the other aspect, but so many reasons are responsible for people not voting in election. But the topic implies importance of voting. The importance of voting is many, unquantifiable. Just that we here have refused to acknowledge, we have refused to understand, to decipher, to fathom that importance.
Okay.
This is franchise. Somebody's right, something that is not negotiable, something that you cannot take away from a human being, a Homo sapien. You must exercise that right. Homo sapien is the scientific name of a human being, like Homo sapien. You get?
Okay.
So it is the importance of voting can't be denied. You must cast your vote. There is this sense of belonging it gives.
Yeah, before we get to the importance of voting, we want to start with the reason why people actually not see a reason to vote.
All right.
That is the voter apathy, okay? And I think I would prefer you, because at least we are within your constituency, I'd love you, from what you've seen for years as regards these voters, how they seem to grow cold feet when it comes to voting. What could be the reason, aside maybe the ones mentioned already?
There is only much reason people actually vote, like, apart from the general thing that is happening, even at Menobodova, fear of unknown government, fear of a lot of insecurity issue now happen in Nigeria. But in as much as all these things name, or what the issue, the last time our governor, Obiano Jela Abuja, Buhari assured us that he will tighten the security. Because add the up security. So what I'm trying to tell the people of Anambra State, because this is the only opportunity, power, and the masses power to save the state. This is the only opportunity, and Anambra opportunity, he decide. Onye ya chi obodo, onye ya bụ our Moses. So onwere any other thing na bro. No governor anyị ekwega anyị nkwa that kara fuziere na-eme na ọbụla na iwe meta na yes ka ọbụla anwish that kita now as it matter is now that there is enough security, there's only that on that day that nobody should not worry about anything, that you have security and everything.
Yeah, okay, it's just customary that during elections they definitely have to beef up security. So,
yes.
But even at that, it still doesn't give these citizens the confidence to actually go to the polling booth to actually cast their vote. So, is it, aside the security matter, what then could be? Is it that these people do not believe in the electioneering process, or could it be that just you all should tell me, because I'm just saying this from assumptions. I believe you all have been in the field and you know how these things happen. Okay, you've mentioned insecurity. What else could it be? What else could it be, Prof?
Now, just like I said, relationshipness, and friendlessness.
These are reasons.
Between the government and the citizens.
Okay.
That division, that bipolar opposite identity inclined style of thinking that is in the mind of the citizens. What will I gain if I vote? Okay. What happens if I vote? Why am I wasting my time if I vote? These are the things I've heard on the streets.
Man, how can you again or something for trying to choose a leader?
No. You're getting it wrong. Now, what I mean by that is everybody believes, almost everyone, I won't say everybody, believes that there is electoral malpractice, electoral Machiavellianism, and electoral backwardness, electoral malversation. They believe that that is what's going on. And it's obtainable in every election.
But he put here,
an average man believes that.
You are putting it as
down.
if it's in the people now.
And no. I mean, what is already in their mind. When you go to cast your vote, and after you cast the vote, and then it is clear to you, visible to the blind, audible to the deaf, it's clear that this person that was declared winner isn't supposed to be the winner. Everybody, 70% or 80% or even 90%,
okay,
have come out to say that they don't want this person, and then he's declared. What happens? It will transmutate your thinking.
No, the question now is, how is a person that is drawing these statistics certain that it's actually 90% of persons that don't want this particular person?
That is why I said 70, 80, 90.
However, how sure
People
is the person? Because
okay.
you know, the place you can be certain about
Yes.
is where you cast your vote, right?
Yes.
The place where you went to cast your vote.
Yes.
That is basically where you can be certain, because they have to count everything, and in your presence they count and also paste.
All
okay,
right.
so you can see these things. Now, before you are able to draw that conclusion, you need to also calculate, just as it was in your own polling booth, other places as well, and then you try to draw all these things up. Or are they just living in mere assumptions, or I could say presumptions?
No. See, okay, let me just give you another reason. 2015, 2011, 2019, there were reports of shooting, sporadic shooting.
Okay, are we done with the whole people not believing in the system and down to security matters?
No, like, it is the same shooting. Like, they are coming to shoot, to scare people, so that they can scamper, they can run away, they can flee, they can abscond and forget. Because when you are running for your life, you don't care about anything. One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So when you are running for your life, you don't care. So when they come and shoot, people run away, and then they carry ballot boxes, go to wherever it is, do what they want to do, and then they print results, doctored results. And I must say, so many rules, so many things happening are just superfluous, supervacanious in the highest order. But he doesn't really matter to people. It doesn't really matter to people, because orders of mandamus can come from nowhere.
Order of Guinea.
Order of mandamus can come from anywhere. Indecipherable orders can come from anywhere. And what do you expect? See, most Nigerians believe that even the theory of psychopanichism cannot save the decaying, the dead, the maligned, and the finished electoral system of our country.
What is that theory? Explain the theory to us.
Psychopanichism is the theory that the body and soul rests after death until the last day when it rises again.
Well, you have to bring death and life into this
Of
discussion.
course, there is no way to bring it back to life. And the worst part is, people continue to believe more. More people continue entering it in the cauldron of disbelief.
I'm battling to understand him as well.
My concern about to the masses.
Okay.
Are you getting me? To the masses, the people of Anambra State. Kedi Kabashi Akwado election na come November 6th. That is my area of concern.
And today is 20.
So the visit, the last visit our governor went at Abuja with the president. Nearly every assurance.
Yeah.
So my own area is the masses. How prepared are they? Maka this election. People, Prof is talking his own idea. You got to go. But imagine that on that very day, people will just feel reluctant at home. The masses who have the right to choose the best leader for this state. I sporadic and I can't run at that side. That is my own.
Okay, well, these are the things that will determine if they will sit at home that day or if they will come out to vote. Okay, because if you're not checking the security to be sure that it's well intact, and if you're not certain that after voting your vote will count, or if they will shoot sporadically in the air to disperse it so they can count the votes illegally, then how then are you convinced to come out and vote?
That is what I'm telling them. At least our governor, who is the father of the state, has gone to Abuja and come back and assured us.
They all go to Abuja and come back.
But at least that one do go to very, you can count the very open, and the assurance only the promise was hefty. Only in hope.
Okay.
That only people hope that they should come and vote no where even Buhari Jilonya that he will tighten the security.
Yes, of which he's doing actually. Yeah, he's doing that actually.
In what is happening in Anambra, will I say few days, the man were a little bit calm.
Yes.
You have to go a little bit calm, and you have to go in terms of security and other aspect. So that one alone has showed us that we go a bit reason for there to be security on November 6th for this election.
Okay.
You
mean?
Yeah, did you understand what I just talked?
Yes, I think
okay.
I could relate to what you're saying. Yeah, you're more like stressing what the governor of Anambra State said through Buhari, that you should go out there and vote because the security in Anambra State is being beefed up.
Yes.
Actually, as it stands right now, is beefed up actually. But on that day, it's going to be much more than this. So there is nothing to be scared about. Just make your decision.
Yes.
Go out there and vote according to Mazi.
Man, oburo that are more of. You should know more of. Oburo na more of, because how can you be a citizen of a state? The only opportunity for you to choose your leader.
Yeah.
Always say that day no. It's not more of nke governor. And now we can more of. Oburo nke more of. Nke more of. Even our opportunity, the opportunity of the people to save the state. As you know, this is the person, this is the wrong person, this is the bad person. Fotazian and Igwe. Fotan and Igwe. Come and choose that person who you think is the best person, is the right person to take care of this nation.
All right.
Just like I said.
Very good. Like an Esau that sold his birthright because of one porridge.
Sold it to who?
Sold it to Ndole Shiliamam Abraham ka Isaac in the Bible. Let's not be like people that are talking to understand what time. I can't go to Bible of man. What are given the let us come and vote. Do that only opportunity in like power to save, to decide who will rule this nation. Let us exercise it. That is what I'm saying. You what again?
Yeah. Prof.
Yeah. Just like I said, the electoral process is considered bunkum. It is considered bunkum. It is considered mumbo jumbo. It is considered nonsense. It is considered...
No, it is considered. By who are those considering it?
By so many Nigerians.
Why are they considering it that way?
See, now watch. Let me give you a simple analysis.
Okay.
In the United States, if you see the way people come out to vote, despite the fact that most of them vote with their phones, vote with mobile apps and so many things, they are voting because there is that faith, there is that belief that vote will be, that votes will count. But when you sit down and you look and you see your votes don't count, come on, after voting, what happens? They will do their normal electoral, what should I call it this time around? They will do their normal electoral dance macabre and produce some spineless puppets and put there. Now, that is what I call political philistinism, political prebendalism, political quagmire, political jingoism, and serious trappings of political sardonic and lugubrious quagmire. And if people continue to nurse that belief, first of all, there is no electronic voting in Nigeria. That's number one.
Are you sure about that? Because I think they are trying to do something like that during this election. I think they will implement that during this election.
Are you sure they will implement it?
how certain can we be until we see it happening? You're being rather too pessimistic about the whole thing. Or I could say,
we are not even talking.
I can never be pessimistic. There are two ways of answering a question.
Don't go to that side.
There are two ways of answering questions in Nigeria. You answer questions based on the preferable and based on the realizable. I believe in answering questions. I don't give a damn whatever it is that I think or whatever it is I believe. I will say it based on that which is realizable.
so you're saying that e-voting isn't realizable in Nigeria?
I mean that the use of it is not completely realizable.
Well, nothing can be absolute, actually.
Of course.
So it starts from a process.
That is why I keep saying that complacence will continue to elude Nigeria, because complacence is formed by elephantinely Pantagruelian ooze compendium of effort, which we cannot bring.
Okay. I think we should go on a break. I think we should go on a break. Okay, just take a breather. Okay, be right back. Just stay with us.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315 or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902. ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Importance of voting in election is our topic for today, bearing in mind the forthcoming election in Anambra State come 2 weeks from tomorrow. Are you ready to vote? Are you actually gonna vote? I think it starts from you making up your mind that yes, I'm gonna vote, and the question now you will ask yourself is who deserves my vote? You're back on the assembly. Okay, we rolled out the causes or the reasons why Nigerians are rather too apathetic when it comes to voting, okay? So now let's talk about how to get those things in order for at least people to boost the morale, to give the people the reason to come out and vote. Because actually it's not so easy. I can imagine coming out in the hot sun and standing, you know, bearing in mind that anything can happen because Nigeria is not safe. That's the truth. Before you remember what that's right now, Nigeria is not safe. That's the truth, okay? So now coming out there and standing in the queue without knowing, like, okay, what would happen next?
Yes.
All right? And then you waiting for your turn to reach and going out there to vote, even in the sun and in the rain, you just have to cast your vote. Now, for someone to do this, he needs an assurance. What then is the assurance? How can we tell these people that, yes, these things are intact? These things are in place. There will be security. Your votes are going to count. There won't be anything like rigging or malpractice. Everything is going to be smooth, although I don't expect everything to be smooth. But at least some assurance, yes. But I think it starts from the individual, from him or her deciding, okay? It's a will you have to take. Okay, I've decided I'm going to go out there and vote. So I expect to go there amidst the risk.
Yes,
it's a risk, amidst the risk.
Because
but it's something, but it's something I have to do as a good Nigerian, as a good patriotic, and as a good Onye Anambra.
Exercising franchise too.
Exactly, you know.
As a good citizen.
Not even a jingoistic person. But let me just say what I want to say. One of the problems now is, I have heard people say that on the day of election, They go there, accreditation wastes time. They
Okay.
don't bring the voting materials before
Yes.
time. People waste a lot of time. And after waiting for 3 hours and nothing happens, you get angry and you go your way.
That's fact.
There is a clear call, a clear need for an overhaul, a clear need for a tremendous amelioration of the voting process of Nigeria, because it has put citizens in a paroxysm of lacrimosity and anguish and pain. It's bad. Because people that go to vote, they are doing it from their heart. They are doing it because they believe that they should be voting.
Yeah.
And then you come there, you stand for 3 hours. Nothing is going on. You have not seen any voting materials. The officers that are supposed to conduct the election are showing laissez-faire attitude.
Yeah.
You don't say that. So by the time you look at
to
it,
that, all the usual.
Yes, it's the Nigerian factor. It's a Nigerian
Thank you.
factor.
Both president,
Thank you.
in Anambra State governorship election.
Yeah.
But all the obvious and came up, we are natural in all
Yes,
the
of
election
course.
in Nigeria.
axiomatic.
It is.
In all ramifications. And don't forget that civic education has all the trappings of fallacia petitio principi.
What does that mean?
Fallacy of begging the question.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I have to be sure.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
Fallacy of begging the question. Lie. There is a lot of
You say
lampoon.
civic education has a fallacy
has all the trappings. Most of the teachings in civic education have the trappings of
the teachings in civic education.
of
Okay,
course.
okay.
Because you cannot be telling people something that is not realizable.
Just give me an instance. Let me understand. Give me an instance.
In civic education,
Yeah.
you are told that election is free and fair completely, that it is a citizen's right to come and vote.
Yes.
You are told that rules of voting in Nigeria is after accreditation, they send your vote, they compute your vote and send it to where the vote counts and results are released. Is it true? Most of the
No,
things
they tell you these things for you to know.
Of
If
course.
you don't see those things, then you know that
Yes.
okay, this shouldn't be, and then you
Yes.
make it be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see no reason with that kind of teaching.
Now, okay, it is just because we are discussing election today. I would have told you a lot of things that prove that civic education
No,
has
leave that aside.
mendaciloquence and
Leave that aside.
lampoons in them, mendacious stories. They will tell you that after election, when there is a case, when matters arise, and then they come to council, they come to the tribunal, that when somebody is poor, that he cannot get a lawyer, that they will get him a lawyer, that there are lawyers that defend the poor. When you know that in Nigeria, Niger for short, that when you don't have money and you are in a case with a rich man, you are finished.
Man, abroad the case I need daily to
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to drop the point where civic education is landing. That is
something
it.
everybody,
I'm
every
see.
citizen. You ought to go. You have to come and.
Okay, now.
Keep not confused.
Number one. Let me
just
just land again in another dimension.
land there.
You know
what's
that
here.
the prices of tickets, the prices of forms to contest election is on the high side.
No, I don't think
Price
that.
to
I don't think
contest
that
election.
should be our bother right now. Okay, I believe for you to
price
go
like
out.
contest election.
Yeah, for the candidates, right?
Candidates.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Calm down.
Let's not get this thing
I know
all
why I'm
wide.
saying this.
Okay, why?
When it is time for the overhaul, when it is time for the renovation, when it is time for starting anew, because every mindset seems to be turning askew. There is no bilateralism, there is no multilateralism in what you are doing any longer. When it's time to renovate the system, all these things will count. Because every citizen you see on the road out there, if you want, now we can go out and ask people. Every citizen you see on the road out there can mention at least 10 reasons why they don't prefer voting. On that day, you see people telling you, I want to travel, I want to have my honeymoon, I want to do this, blah, 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 blah. On the day of election, and those who are executing these electoral malpractice are smiling, enjoying the advantage, because as usual, business as usual. On election, people will not vote, and they will go and do what they are doing, fabricate and concoct stories, and post it up there, and it's accepted, and people don't care. Nobody cares again. And it is better for us to realize that it takes both the citizens and the government to drive public policy. It's not a question of waking up one morning, you say one thing, and then you say Roma locuta ecos affinita est. It doesn't go that way. You cannot decide on your own on something
relax.
and you say quote era demonstrandum. It's not done anywhere.
Okay.
We must understand that this is a democratic system. There is no federalism here. What we are doing is politics of backwardness and cluelessness, stancelessness. That's the truth.
Prof, try go. Imano nwoke m kiri mago. You are my ibugolu enyi nwoke. So,
of course,
adding to even about cover concerning citizens during the day of election.
Highly understandable.
That on that day, some people will travel, some people will leave, will go to their go for honeymoon.
Nobody is disputing what I'm saying.
Kedizulu as a citizen of a state. The only opportunity will come November 6th to come and vote.
Okay, now that's a question.
That is what
would answer that question, but I want to call you to order.
Okay.
You are a prof, rather or quite experienced and exposed. Okay, when you say some things, especially for the public consumption, you have to state them with fact.
Of course.
Okay. If not, then you would rather just simply add allegedly. That makes it sound more meaningful both to the perpetrators and the non-perpetrators of the said acts. Okay, that makes it more balanced for people consuming the information you're sharing, because you just can't say that your votes wouldn't count, and even if you vote, they're going to rig it. Okay, I know the Nigerian factor. They will try to rig it. It's normal.
And they have tried
not just in
before,
Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Too.
Human beings are naturally ambitious. They will go at any length to achieve their aim. Okay, so they try to rig elections, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So no doubt they'll all try to rig. There could be some scare by shooting and stuff like that, because they want to just achieve their selfish desire. But that notwithstanding, that you try doesn't mean that you get it. Okay, so when we are stating all these things, let's be clear on words and not to just say one thing that wouldn't have some balance.
Our governor promised us security too.
Yes, no doubt. It's actually the president that promised security, and the governor had to come down to ensure us of the president's promise.
Okay.
And of course, a couple of days back, the president said that this election come November 6th is going to hold, and there is no stopping it.
Yeah.
Okay?
And
there is no stopping
intimidation.
it. Exactly.
And it will be free and fair.
Yes.
We are not disputing it.
Yes.
I'm only saying my own.
No, you've said yours, but you should know.
My own will to the masses.
Yes.
You answer that question later. Madam Kisi, the same thing.
Okay, what's the question actually? I forgot.
Prof Nakawamaka, the people say the citizens will just come on that day and travel and leave the election day. Some of them will go for their honeymoon and go for their destiny.
People do that.
Yes, people may do it. But my own concern is what the question I'm asking to the masses now. What is the gain that the only opportunity we have to choose the best leader for this state? I bet on that day, that little few hours.
Few hours that will last for 4 years. Because the few hours you spend will determine what happens in 4 years to come. So it's really crazy.
Unless
it's really crazy how people get upset.
That is my own destiny.
Okay, it's crazy how people, but I understand.
Unless there is
come up
judicial intervention.
That the power is now in their hand to come and do this. Fine, the president, Governor Ejega Abuja Bata promised us security. Vote. Choose the right person for Anambra State. Come this November 6th. Kaimalu, let us know that sometimes the problem is the government. This is a time for the citizens to sit up.
Of course.
For them to sit up and come and decide who will be the leader
that is why I
Anambra.
Said that it takes both the government and the citizens to drive home a public policy.
Yeah, sure.
What era demonstrandum and Roman locuta ecos affinita est doesn't work. You cannot just come unless you are running a government of totalitarianism and authoritarianism. But as far as it is a democratic government, it cannot work.
Okay.
That is another place where civic education.
No, leave that one out of it first.
Okay.
I want to ask you both a very straightforward question.
Good.
And I would expect you to say a yes or a no to it. Starting with Mazi. Do people's vote count in Nigeria? Yes or no? Don't think too much about it.
Yes.
Do people's vote count in Nigeria? Yes or no?
Professor.
Yes and no, the two of them.
No, it can't be that way. Yes or no?
Yes.
It cannot be and cannot not be. Yes or no?
Because our states, our country is a
Somebody who
multi-party
has
system.
Somebody who has read as I have read,
I can
somebody
see.
who has studied as I have studied, cannot answer that kind of question like that.
Well, that's why I had to make it a closed question that would deserve either a yes or a no. Okay, if you say yes, I ask for a reason. If you say no,
Yes, it counts. Sometimes it doesn't count. That's the truth.
all right. So we'll go for a break. When we come back, we'll get to talk more about how much the voters' votes count. Do stay with us.
dịka unu na-apụ ime ntuli aka n'oge nhọpụta onye gọvanọ zeela ọgbaghara ịrụ agbụrụ na mpụ nhọpụta ndị ọzọ dị iche iche aghasa na usoro eji eme nhọpụta awakpọkwana ndị ọrụ INEC n'ebe a na-eme ya bụ ntuli aka maọbụ ebe a na-achịkọta nsonaazụ ọrụ nhọpụta elekwana maọbụ zụta akwụkwọ vootu ọ bụ alụ ma bụrụ ihe ga-emebi ọdịnihu gị mgbe ị na-ele akwụkwọ vootu gị ị na-ele ọdịnihu gị uche gị dị ya n'ihe ị na-eme ọ bụghị ego si mba nyere narị ego wee tụọ vootu gị maka na ọ ga-emetụta ọdịnihu gị elekwana vootu gị maka ego chetakwa ikpuchi imi na ọnụ gị debe onwe gị ọcha ma nọsakwa anọsa iji gbochie ikesa ma bute nje ọrịa COVID-19 mee ntuli aka ma nwee nchekwa ozi a si n'aka otu ọrụ Independent National Electoral Commission INEC ime ka ntuli aka gị sonye n'ọnụọgụ ime ka usoro ọchịchị onye kwuo uche ya kwụsie ike.
Back on the program, The Assembly. Today we are talking of the importance of voting during election. And before we went for this break, I asked a question. Do people's vote count? That's a very big question. And this question will go a long way to determining if people can actually or would actually come out to cast their vote. Okay, now having asked you the question, I also want to ask you some leading questions to that. During elections, I think I've witnessed a couple of them, you would see the canvassers of votes representing different parties. They always come on the grounds in order to I'm trying to use the best word there, okay, to lure people into voting for them. I want to use the word lure, okay, because they don't always use money. Sometimes they use foodstuffs. Sometimes they use the power of words, okay? So they have various ways of doing it. So the main thing there is that they're trying to persuade you, trying to lure you into voting for the candidates. It's what is attainable or obtainable in Nigeria. Now, if these people are doing this, okay, if these people do this every now and then, they even sometimes employ some thugs to go and disrupt the voting process in order to make much more votes count than the ordinary ones that counted. In other words, they try to manipulate the voting and also try to thumbprint on various platforms of
even
their own party in order to make those things count. That simply shows that people's votes count. These candidates who know how these things work wouldn't actually be interested on the ground, on the street, in the field, when they know that they can as well go up there and do something, and then they would be declared winners of the election. But they had to go down to the street and do what they thought should be done in order to make much more votes count for them. That simply follows, logically, that people's votes count. I don't really care so much about what happens eventually at the main place where they collate the votes. But at least, this is a social media age, okay? We are in the age of the new media where you have to actually, you can follow anything. Once the votes are being done, you're taking pictures of that already. You're snapping the shots of the collated votes in your own area. And then you have the facts. And when this thing come out and it doesn't tally with your facts, then you have a reason to protest. Do you understand? Yes. So it makes our votes, if votes do not count some 20 years back, right now it counts much more than it was then. So why sit at home?
I am not disputing these things. I agree that there is a latitudinarian predisposition of voting materials.
Agree. There is yes.
Yes, of course.
So, bro, did not
that's why I said just
agree.
Now. There is a latitudinarian predisposition in voting process. There is. Now, votes do count. But those people that have printed on over 100 ballot boxes, those ones are not votes counting now. See, if people actually come out to vote, it will reduce the possibility and probability of electoral malpractice. It will. Because
I like that point. If people come out to vote, it will in a big way reduce, or let me say minimize, the possibility of malpractice in election.
Why?
Because
people will stand. They will watch what is going on.
Yes.
And they will lynch whosoever it is.
No, you won't use that word lynch. Yes, it's so much a word to use. Yes.
They will mob. Okay.
No, they will protest. That's the only word to use.
Okay, yes. They will protest. They will contest anything that is contrary to what they expect. Now, if you stay at home, the actual truth is they know the total number of registered voters. And it's that number that determines what they will release for each polling unit.
Exactly.
There are 5,700 and something polling units in Anambra State, I think. So they will release these things and they will come to the 326 wards of Anambra State. They already know how many. So those who are in their houses and they discover that people did not come to vote, they will simply go there. Those people who did not come to vote, they will collect their own and manipulate this thing. And it ends.
That's a very nice idea.
Now, see, we are looking, we are clamoring, we are seeking, soliciting for an egalitarian society. Egalitarianism inclined society. And there is no latitudinarianism, there is no sensitivity, there is no cooperation, and you want it to work. What will happen? It will end up in the theory of utilitarianism. That is just the truth. If people come to vote, if they come out in mass to cast that vote, imagine that there are 300,000 registered voters and 297,000 come
out to vote
and put their papers.
Thank you.
You are only left with less than 3,000 because surely there will be rejected ballots, of course. People will make errors on one or two places. So before you finish manipulating what people are finished, no, it's over. But when a huge percentage, a bigger dominant percentage of people who should come to vote sit at home, balance, glaring, whether it's a cursory or superficial glance, sitting, doing nothing, what happens? Some people can even resort to malingering about on the day of election. It's bad.
Okay, I love this last submission of yours.
That is my area.
A very enlightening submission, I would say. That is, you are aware of what goes on in the field of elections.
Oh, just support me.
Well, okay. Now I would love you, as we're running off right now, to address the people of Anambra State.
Okay.
In a fortnight tomorrow is the long-awaited election in Anambra State, come November 6th. Okay, and it's a very big day, a day that counts, a day that will determine the next 4 years in Anambra State, one of the biggest states in Nigeria, of course, light of the nation. I would love you to, as much as you can, address the electorates out there who may be thinking if I should go vote or not, or if it is even worth it, or, many things may be going through their minds. They're all human beings with lots of thoughts. Just address them as your people, one-on-one.
Igbo bụ Igbo o rejiligokwe nke ochie rejili. Anyị abịago n'ọzọ tata. Bikonu. Ka anyị na-asị n'oge akara aka elugonu. On the November 6th, ka onye ọbụla fụta n'igwe. Because this is the only opportunity anyị bụ ndị Anambra nwe to decide who will be our next leader. Now no government na-ekpesa government nke November 6th onye ọbụla should come. The number of votes I will determine who will be our best leader. Mgbe na-asị ka onye ọbụla ka itie na aka my voters card adugo ready that day. Ekweghị anyị kwada security ya adu tight ka anyị na awụsana na aka ihe nna akwa ka onye ọbụla malụ ka anyị futan n'igwe that day ka anyị decide ya choose onye ahụ ifili na onye ahụ the best person to lead Anambra State. Ekenekwe m.
All right, thank you, Mazi Chukdi. And there is nothing more patriotic than you going out there to be a leader by choosing your leader. This has been the program, The Assembly, and I am Lord Blessed from the highest echelon of the British Empire. Until next time on this program, we say to you, bye.
Thank you.